You're welcome back. President Akufo-Addo is currently in Germany, where he addressed the 5th German-African Economic Forum held in Dortmund yesterday. But he jointly addressed a press conference with German Chancellor Angela Merkel a few hours ago. Let's go over to Germany, where Thomas Sparrow, political correspondent for our partners DW, is standing by. Thomas, thank you very much for your time this afternoon. The press conference ended a while ago. What have the two leaders been talking about? Let's start with President Akufo-Addo.
Exactly, Gifty. I was there at the press conference at the Chancellery a few hours ago, and President Akufo-Addo obviously stressed the important relationship he has not only with Angela Merkel, but also the big relationship that Ghana has with Germany on a different, on a wide range of areas, from migration, obviously an important topic, but also economic development. He stressed that idea that he has previously stressed about Ghana beyond aid. In other words, not focusing the relationship between Ghana and, for example, Europe based on aid, but also on economic progress and economic development. That was something that he stressed today at that press conference. And he mentioned that there are wide possibilities of doing that. That's one of the reasons why he was here trying to look for investors from Germany, trying to have also political discussions. So I would say there were two key areas that were discussed in that press conference. Obviously, economic cooperation between Ghana and Germany, and political cooperation between Ghana and Germany when it comes to both migration, but also security and stability in the wider region.
What then has been the response of Angela Merkel to this?
Well, Angela Merkel obviously stressed again that relationship. Angela Merkel mentioned that for many, Ghana is seen as an example in the region on many areas, but that obviously in Ghana a lot has to be done. And she stressed obviously again that idea of economic cooperation, the idea that Germany will help Ghana to try and find investors when it comes to economic cooperation. As you know, last year, Germany had a particular interest in Africa regarding its foreign policy, especially as Germany was held the presidency of the G20. It had this program that you and I have discussed before about the compacts with Africa. And Ghana is one of the countries that is involved in these compacts with Africa. And Angela Merkel stressed that the goal now is to try and focus and strengthen the bilateral relationship when it comes to this development, to these cooperation goals. So that was something that Angela Merkel stressed as well. Another area that's particularly important for the Chancellor is migration, and in particular trying to make sure that the economic conditions in the countries of origin, not only in Ghana but also in other countries in the region, are improved so that people don't need or don't feel the need to leave. That's something that she also mentioned there. She said illegal migration has to be fought, but on the other hand, legal pathways for migration when it comes to studying or working should also be encouraged when it comes to Germany and Ghana.
It sounds pretty normal based on what they've said, both leaders have actually said before. Is there anything going to change going forward, especially in this politically trying time for Germany?
Well, in fact, President Akufo-Addo said, probably a bit jokingly, that he hopes he will be the last foreign leader in Berlin before Germany has a full government. As you know, in Germany, Germany's having a crisis in the last few months. The elections were back in September, and since then, Angela Merkel has been trying to form a governing coalition. The news about that governing coalition should end next week. Next week, there will be certainty about it. But obviously, that political uncertainty in Germany has had also many questions related to what Germany's foreign policy will look like and how powerful and how important Germany is nowadays. But she stressed that Germany's relationship to Africa should be long-term and should not simply be focused on one particular government. The coalition deal does stress that the importance of Africa for Germany and for the European Union. And she also mentioned that these programs should not be simply words, and that's why she says she expects to invite the leaders of the different African countries that are involved in these compacts with Africa in the autumn to try and see what the results are after a longer time, after about a year or so of development. So she says that the goal is obviously to try and make sure that these programs and these ideas that are discussed can also be turned into reality and can improve the situation in the respective African countries and can also help Germany as well.
Finally, yesterday the president addressed the economic forum and migration was top of his list. What more can you add?
Well, one of the key areas for Akufo-Addo was not only the visit today in Berlin, but visiting the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. And he stressed the links between Ghana and the state of North Rhine-Westphalia. The state of North Rhine-Westphalia here in Germany is particularly important, and that was something that he also added during his press conference today. And if you look, for example, at the links between Ghana and the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, you will see that the links go well beyond politics, well beyond politicians. They include Ghanaian citizens in the state. They include cooperation between schools and universities, cooperation among churches. So that's something else that the leaders wanted to stress, and then in particular President Akufo-Addo wanted to stress during his visit, that the relationship between Ghana and Germany is obviously focused on the politicians themselves, but goes well beyond the politicians and includes the different people who are here in this country, and in particular in the state of North Rhine-Westphalia, which he visited.
Thomas, thank you so much for that update there, and I'm sure that you'll be following President Akufo-Addo's meetings in Germany further for us.
Thank you very much.
Thomas Sparrow is political correspondent with our partners DW, coming to us live from Germany, where the president is. President Akufo-Addo has been addressing the fifth African year, has been addressing the German African Economic Forum there.